Hello everyone, my name is Jay and today I want to show you guys a developer commentary for Hello Neighbor 2 Alternative Reality. This is a game that I've been working on with my friend Nate as well as a bunch of other people. I've been wanting to show you guys the cut content as well as our future work on the game while playing through the released version of Prototype 1 that you guys can play currently on Game Jolt. Starting off, here's the menu. What you saw before was just a menu, just letting you know that you might find problems with this being a prototype, and let us know if you do. Here's the team behind Prototype 1. Now this team has changed. A lot of people have been added since then, and that will change with Prototype 2's development, but these are just the people behind Prototype 1. Anyway, let me just hit new game. And yeah, you might actually see the Shift F1 for mouse cursor in the corner. That is because I'm actually playing this in editor, like inside the game editor. It's nicer than playing in a packaged build because I can actually show off stuff like while playing the game. So I can access the console, and you can see all my old commands there. But like, yeah. So here we are in the prototype. There is our van right here. We can actually hide in because that was actually originally going to be in front of the neighbor's house. There was a scrapped version of the map where instead of going against the hideout, you were going to be at the neighbor's house, and it was meant to kind of be like the van in Alpha 1.5 and Alpha 1, where you could kind of hide in it and then look through the window. But things changed now. The van is actually far away from the museum. You have to run down this path to get there. And if you want, there is actually places you can explore around the map, although like in my version of the game it's slightly different, I think. But I don't know. All I do know is that there's not really much to do around this map because that wasn't really the focus. I think this area has been changed from the actual public prototype that you guys can play, although no actual interactable features have been added yet. So it's just currently an empty world that's mainly just filler content to fill in the gaps without it being a completely empty area. But the actual main focus of Prototype 1 is the hideout, which is, you can see right through those trees. So let me actually go around the entrance. I first of all want to thank everyone who helped with HN2AR so far. Everyone's done an amazing job on what they've been told to do, and yeah, I really appreciate it, as well as the support from the community. I've seen a bunch of amazing videos so far, and I've seen every one of them. Every single time there's a new video on Hello Neighbor 2 Alternative Reality, I have watched it. I have checked through your video. Because I like watching people play through the game and sort of understanding what parts they liked and what parts they didn't like, so I can change it later on. So yeah, as you can see, things are slightly different from Prototype 1. The main difference being is that the landscape is slightly different. I added more flowers into the level. That's just because this shares the same landscape as Prototype 2, or like the same landscape material as Prototype 2. So I'm editing it for Prototype 2. Anyway, let's take a look inside of the neighbor's hideout. You can see the crouching animations are actually different than what you probably have in Prototype 1, because we are actually in the process of adding a toggle between the old animations and the new animations. So in HN2AR we used the new animations from the Hello Neighbor 2 full game. There were some people who didn't like that, and I understand that. So you'll be able to switch between the alpha versions of Quentin's movement animations when you play Prototype 2, hopefully, if everything goes to plan. You see in this room that I actually forgot to furnish properly. It wasn't really a priority, so I didn't bother. There's not really much to do. I mean, there is a chair you can pick up, but it doesn't really mean anything. It's just kind of there, and there's the neighbor. Do you see me already? The neighbor is actually more advanced in Prototype 1 than he is, or he's more advanced in this version of Prototype 1 than he is in the version that you'll play. For example, I know a bug that Classy fixed with one of our devs. Fixed a bug where if the neighbour can't reach the player, before he would just stand there and wait. Now he's actively trying to get me, and he actually lost me. Which is actually a good thing, because I don't want him to spawn camp. But oh, okay. I'm gonna try and sneak into the garage while I'm here, because this actually has a crowbar, which you can use. Something I actually wanted to mention. There was an in development build that was packaged that I still have on my computer, and I forgot you can jump. Only me and a few other people have access to. If you really want, I can just release that, because I think it's kind of interesting to give everyone different developer builds. I wasn't sure if anyone actually really cared about having them. So let me know if you want to see an even older version of H2AR Prototype 1. It was a version before the neighbor had any voice, it was before there was any music, and some tasks were like missing or older, more broken, and there was a lot more bugs in the game than there are now. As well as some actual content that's not even in that developer build that was even older. I need a code for this. Prototype 1 actually has a lot of cut content relating to some of the areas that you can complete a puzzle. And I actually don't know where he is right now, so I'm just gonna use this opportunity to get away from him. So for example, one of the things is the car. The neighbour's car is currently just a prop, it doesn't really have any purpose. However, in there was actually a puzzle relating to the car, because if you actually check the files, it's not actually a static mesh prop, it's actually a blueprint. I removed all the functionality relating to this blueprint. Originally, what you would have been able to do is find a handle for the gear stick, and then you would have been able to use that, and then the car would have rolled forward into this wall and crashed, revealing a hidden item underneath the car. And that wasn't even related to the main game, that was actually related to a side quest that you could have done, that I decided to cut because I didn't really think it was worth wasting any time on something that I feel like a lot of people wouldn't even find in the game without me having to explicitly tell them. And even if they could, then I wasn't really sure if it was just worth adding in the first place, when I wanted to focus on the actual core mechanics of the game. Also, I added this radio, which plays this. It's actually a reference to the original H&AR. Something I want to do with H2AR is have a lot of references to the first game without it being explicitly tied to the first game. But it kind of like a set in the same universe, but like very different stories, very different realities, you could say, and that is a bug. So, fun fact, me and Classy are in the process of changing some of the blueprints to be reworked in a better way, and here's some developer, a development bug, like quirks of the game that just come across in development. You won't have this in your version of the game, that's just something that I only have in my version. Anyway, I've got a wrench that I can use right here. So if I actually unlock this, it reveals the kitchen area, and there's an old counter here. There's also a fridge that actually has binoculars inside that I can use. There's not really much purpose to those. Now, there's a generator that I can unlock here. There's the generator that I can switch on here, except it's out of fuel. Pardon me if I mess up my words, I'm not really... Oh! I'm not here. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's another development quirk. But anyway, as I was saying, sorry if I mess up my words and stuff. I'm not really that much of a speaking... I don't really record videos that often. I'm only recording this just because I feel like there's going to be a lot of people who are interested in seeing the development of the game, like, you know, behind the scenes, if you will. Anyway, I'm gonna actually sneak into here and grab myself a canister. Let me just fuel up this, and I actually had to add some anti softlock precautions. For example, like that, you can still open the generator from this side. And the fuel actually never runs out, just to make sure that, like, you know, you can't softlock yourself in the game. I wanted to make sure that wouldn't happen. Also, fun fact, this crack here is actually in the beta museum, but except it's covered up in the beta museum, because I think it's a leftover from the E3 version of the museum, the E3 trailer. But all I had to do is just cut that part out in Blender, and it's completely, like, working. Like, you can see through into the garage, and if you're in the garage, you can actually see through into this room. And there's a code that I can get here as well, 2312, which I can use at the key panel that you might have seen earlier. And he heard that. Sorry. I don't really have anywhere to go. I should have probably added a hiding spot in here. Not really any use adding it now, since you won't see Prototype 1 again. I mean, I might actually leave it in the files of Prototype 2 if anyone wants to check that out. I always love leaving, like, hidden maps in the files of the games, because it's always really interesting looking into the files of games, even fan games. Anyway, I'm gonna use the code that I got right here. So it's 2312. I'm gonna open this up, and there's a pressure plate which shot a weight at me, which is something that I just added in as a joke one day. I got bored and I added that in. Okay, he's right there. I'm just gonna run for it. I think I lost him. I didn't lose him. Alright, I'll give that another go. So, I can actually use this weight. This isn't just a throwaway joke. I mean, it is a throwaway joke, quite literally, but it also has its own purpose to it. And it's unfortunate the neighbour is going exactly where I need to go. So I need to be very quiet and careful. Don't make any noise. So as you can see, there is a button right there that I need to put the weight on. And he's found me. And you might have seen that right there. I actually tried to hide under the bed. A lot of people don't actually know that with Prototype 1 you can hide under the bed, but you know, you gotta be careful that the neighbor didn't see you hiding under the bed, otherwise you're gonna get caught. Anyway, let me run in here and quickly just put this. So you can see there's a pressure plate that actually opens up this bookcase, and it reveals a shovel, but if I stand off, you know, it goes away. So I have to drop the weight up on there, place it like that, and then I can get the shovel. I actually need to use that side, and this is where the cut content part actually becomes quite interesting. There is a complete cut area in Prototype 1 where under this shovel pit currently, you see if I dig it up, it just, you know, it leads to the concrete. You actually dig that far down, as well as revealing the buried fish head that the neighbour buried to make sure that you couldn't get it. But Quentin is a very persistent person, and yeah, in Prototype 1, you know, there was actually going to be a cut area where digging underneath that dirt pile would have actually led into a catacombs area that would have revealed the secret ending to the game. Again, I cut a lot of this stuff just because I didn't feel like it was really necessary to have in a prototype. Definitely for later versions of the game where I actually want to put more thought into the actual, like, you know, game, rather than just kind of being like a, here's a quick, you know, showcase to show what we're doing. I'll actually show more, I'll actually, like, you know, introduce more areas to explore, but currently in Prototype 1 there isn't really that much to check out besides the main game. And it's like that on purpose. I got caught. It's like that on purpose just because I don't want, you know, people to focus on finding too many secrets rather than just like checking out the actual. I want people to focus more on the actual core gameplay that the prototype is here to show off. And you know, I'm gonna go up here now, and this is the end of the game. And there's actually something I can grab here. And maybe just go and grab it. And show off some extra content now at the end of this video as a little reward for making it through my ramblings. So first of all, we have Limbo. Limbo is actually a map in Hello Neighbor 1 alternative reality. I decided to remake it in HN2AR because I thought it would be fun, and it was very fun making this. And it's actually, fun fact, the original map. All we did was we just copy pasted the original map and then just fixed up the materials and the lights and stuff to be working. And yeah, so it's actually the original map. And you see it's called Limbo 2 with a big 2 slapped on the side. You can't actually leave as well. And there's a button here which is actually relating to Hello Neighbor 1 Alternative Realities future update, which currently in HN2AR, if you press it, it just does that. And you see the neighbor is actually ragdolling. If I was actually enter the console command destroy target and destroy the armchair, he just falls like that. So fun fact about this lore behind the neighbor ragdolling here, he's not actually dead, he's not, you know, ill or anything. He is just done. He's canonically finished. He doesn't want to do anything anymore. He's just canonically done. Also, I'm just going to show this in editor without actually playing the game since there's not any gameplay connected to this. Here is the main level Ravenbrooks from the scrapped prologue of Hello Neighbor 2 Alternative Reality. You can kind of recognize it if you look at the way the bridges are set up. This is another thing that you can actually play currently on GameJolt, I think. Either GameJolt or I think if you actually join the Discord server for NateEMG's works, you know, including HN2AR, you can actually download it from a Google Drive in the devlog channels. I'll leave a link in the description if I remember to, which is unlikely, but you know, if I did remember, check it out, and you can see some of the cut content behind this map. This map, you know, if you actually play that actual game, the scrapped prologue game that we packaged, you know, this map is all fixed up, like working how it should be, almost. However, in this build, it's all broken down and nothing's really working properly. Everything's missing. The only thing that's really here is the office and the neighbor's house, which is currently untextured, as you can see. And yeah, that's basically the old main level for this area. You can actually, if you go down, you can see some more cut content, like the bakery sign. The actual bakery was here, but it's missing because we don't actually have that model in the project anymore. As well as the taxidermist area, which again we had the models moved around, so none of them are actually really here. And lastly, I want to show off one more map, and that is a little sneak peek behind Hello Neighbor 2 Alternative Reality Prototype 2. I want to thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I'd love it if you know, checked out the GameJolt page, you know, follow it just to see any updates if you are interested, that is. And hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.